Now this is a continuation from the first tutorial that was just examining the automated code. If you remember, it created just tab 1 and tab 2, which contains two windows and two labels. So this is the same app, except I've added some views and some items within these views. So you can see we've got a view here, here, here and here. And in this view we've got a gradient, we've got some text which is in a label, and we've got a switcher. And this view, this has got a background image set, and this view here is a picker, and this view here contains a web view, so that's an actual live web page. If we click on that, you can see it's changing. You can zoom down and we can actually search. It brings this up there. So let's just have a look at how we've done this then. So let's just go to here, and so what we're going to do, I'm going to get rid of this label 1 because we don't need that. I am window 1, we don't want that. What we do want is our first view, so I'm going to call it var view 1. Create view. Okay, so it knows that for us. Let's just do this. Okay, now we're ready to begin. So basically all we do is we just set our parameters here. So I'm setting the width of it, and I know my screen width of the iPhone is actually 300, so I'm going to set it for half of that. Actually, I think it's about 320, so to be on the safe side I'm just going to set it at 150. So 150. So this is going to be the width of this view, and I'm going to tell it how far away from the top I want it to be. I want it to be 5 pixels from the top, and how far from the left. You can see it's very similar to just absolute positioning in CSS. Left 5. We need to tell it how high we want it to be. Let's say 140. Okay, now here's the fun bit, the gradient. So this is done by background gradient, and like the rest it's a name value pair, so that, and do another one of these, and we tell it what type we want it to be. So you can have radial or linear. I want linear, I'll just put that in quotes. Okay, and the colours now that we want. So it's just the colour I want. Let's have a look. I've got it copied over in this other screen here. You could use any colour you want, but this is just a hexadecimal colour that's just the same as that one that we've seen here, this pinky colour. So we set the first colour, and then the second colour, which I've got stored. Let's paste that in there. Okay, so that's our second colour. So that's our set the colours we want in our gradients. Now we need to now choose our start point where we want the gradient to start at. Let's do one of these, and we just simply specify the X position. So I want to start from the top and the top left, and at the very top as well. So comma after this. Now we had a start point, we need an end point. Okay, now I want it to end. We want that X on there, don't we? I want it to end x0, but I want it to be at the very bottom of our view. Now you can see the height of our view is 140, so I'm going to make it end at the very end of our view. And what we need to put in is backfill start. Otherwise our gradient won't work. Now, let's have a look. I think that's everything. Equals false. What's this correspondence? I think we've got too many brackets here. Yep, we get no errors now. Okay, let's play that and see if it's working. Ah, we've got an error. Now that is because, do you remember when I deleted label 1? Well, I forgot to remove a reference to that, like win1.add label 1. Let's delete that, run it again in the simulator, see if it works this time. Ah, do you know why it's not working? We haven't added the view. We need to add the view to the window in order to be able to see it. We've created it, but we've not put it anywhere. So let's do win1 dot add, and we've called it view 1. Okay. Third time lucky, eh? Yay, it worked! Thank goodness. Right, okay, so if we go back and look at, let's just go back to this. This is the one I made earlier. Okay, so we've also got some text and a switch in that. So I'm going to add the text now. Okay, so I didn't actually need to delete that label, but we'll just do that anyway. Right, I'm going to put it before the view so that we'll create everything first. And then we add the view to the window, so it makes a logical movement through the code. Alright, so we need the label again. So var label 1 equals titanium dot UI dot create. Oops. Oh dear, let's put titanium dot API. Titanium dot UI dot create label. Okay, now those brackets. We've got all our brackets. Yep, we've got them all. Okay, so I'm just going to set the text color, comma. I'm just going to set the text to be, what did we call this? Let's have a look. I am text. Okay, so I am text. We want it at the top. So top. We'll take it, say 3 pixels from the top. We don't be right aligned at the top. And I think that's all. Yeah, let's have a look and see what that looks like. Ah, we've not added it though, have we? It's not going to show up. Nope, as predicted. Okay, so we're going to add the label to the view. So view 1 dot add label 1. Right. I'll get the hang of this eventually. Yep, it's done it, but it's not really taking it to the top, has it? Now, why is that? I wonder if it's because we haven't set a width and height on it. Let's try doing that. Let's do a width auto. Height. It's just mostly a case of trial and error with these things. You know, if it doesn't work, you've just got to sort of keep trying various things. And we'll text align centre it. Very like CSS, isn't it? Right, let's try that. that worked. Okay, so that's us got our first view there. We've got our text in it. We haven't got our label in it yet though, our switch in it yet. We want to add our switch. Okay, so let's keep that there. Let's separate that from that. So now we want to create a switch. I'm just going to call it bar switch. Oh no, that's a name that's taken, so let's call it my switch. Equals same as before. Titanium C, yep, dot UI dot create switch. Let's see. Yep, there it is. And yeah, let's get into those brackets. Now the parameters are really simple. You just say, do you want it set to on or do you want to set it off? So I'm going to set its value to false. We'll have it switched off. And where will we have it? Let's have a look where it is on here. Let's see. Sort of a third of the way up, so let's say 40 then. 40 from the bottom. Right, let's run this. Oh, it's got an error here. What is its error? Bottom 40. We've not put it in quotes, have we? Yep, that's those red crosses going away now. So if you have a look, we take that, it puts crosses there, which is quite handy, so you know that something's not right. So let's see if that's added that. Again, I've done the same mistake again. I've forgotten to add the switch to the view, haven't I? So it's not going to show up. No way, Jose. No. Okay, so as we've done up here, view 1, add label. We're going to do view 1 dot add, what have we called it? My switch. Hopefully this will give us the view, the switch and the label we've been trying to get for the last 10 minutes. Hey! On, off. Okay, so that's the end of the first part.